Hello, everybody. How you doing? It's been a little bit of time since Juvenile and I have recorded, but we are ready to go again. And I just wanted to say hello, Juvenile. How are you tonight?
Hey Bruce, how you doing? It's good to be back. Hi everybody.
So today, Juvenile has selected a very good article, and we're not going to be able to cover it all, but we'll get started, and you guys can look at it at your leisure in your homes. And so we'll get started with the article. It's about human resources. And so I'm going to share my screen here. And here we go. I need to get to the article now. Okay, let's go back here. Let's start over again. That's stupid, man. I need to have that ready. So I'm going to stop recording here. Let me go to the stop sharing here and then stop recording. Okay, pause or stop recording. Hello, everybody. How are you? This is Uncle Bruce, and I'm here today again with Juvenile. How are you doing, Juvenile?
I'm fine, Bruce. Thanks for asking. And hi everybody. It's good to be back.
So we've been away for a little while on little vacations and doing different things, but now we're back to recording. Tonight we have a very interesting article that Juvenile located, and it's about human resources. So I'm going to share my screen here with you guys and show you what we read in preparation of the meeting tonight. So we've got this article here, and it's called Top 21 Emerging and Trending HR Topics in 2024. So, Juvenile, why did you pick this article?
Bruce, first of all, I think it's because it's my passion. People is my passion, and it is my profession. So
Mm-hmm.
I used to work more than 30 years in human resources. So that's something that called my attention, and especially nowadays, where I think maybe after the pandemic, this topic uh, has been changing a lot.
A
People are
lot.
changing a lot. So people are changing. Actually, workers, the behavior of workers has changed a lot. The demands that companies in general has to handle, to lead every day is different than a decade or even 5 years ago. So
Mm-hmm.
I think for the first time we have three or four generations, different generations working inside the company. So everything's changing, man. So it's
Mm-hmm.
necessary
Okay.
to have maybe a more careful vision of this topic.
Okay. Very good. So let's dig into this thing now. I'm going to share my screen on and off during this session because there are some interesting things to think about here. Number one is the 4-day work week is gaining traction. And that's something we talked about in the past. With
Mm-hmm.
Iceland was doing it and a couple other countries. But now it's starting to gain traction, and more people are starting to think about this because of the work-life balance. When you work 5 days a week, 40 hours a week, it's a lot of days of the week. You only get 2 days off, Saturday and Sunday normally, unless you work
Mm-hmm.
different types of schedules. But they said here that the work-life balance has increased a lot with a 4-day work week. So
Yeah.
before, 54% of the people said they could really balance their life and get things done that they wanted to do, enjoy their lives more. But after, with having 3 days, an extra day, 78% of the people said, hey, this is what is really going to help me in my life to do things with my family, to do things that I want to do. Because 3 days, you can take a short trip somewhere, you know?
Yeah,
So
for
I
sure.
think it's great, this idea.
For sure. I think it's a trend that you know I think in the case of Brazilians. Okay, so I used to see Brazilian people that they are not so organized sometimes, and their daily labor journey extend a lot because a lack of organization. So if you organize your work better and to focus in your work, maybe in 4 days it's good enough to accomplish your tasks. You know,
Yes.
I think this is the point here.
Yes, and I totally agree. That was one thing that when we talked about in the past, one thing that really caught my attention is that when I was working a regular job, one thing that I said to myself is that I don't care if I make a little extra money or not. I just want more time off to do things that I want to do. If you have a big project in your yard or something like that you're working on, you need time. If you only have 2 days in the weekend and you're trying to balance your life with family activities, church or social activities, you have a little time to do the work on your yard. But you
For
can
sure.
work with 3 days much, much more. And you can still balance the other things you're trying to do. So I think it's a great change. It's something that I always dreamed about. I dreamt about this when I was younger, about having less days to work and more days to do other things that I wanted to do. And so it's becoming a reality for many people. So that's very cool. So let's look at the next topic because we have a lot to cover today. We're not going to cover all 21. We'll do what we can and have to read on their own some of the topics. So number 2, unretiring and returning to the workforce. So in this article, it talks about people in America in particular that are 75 years and older are going back to the workforce. So there are different reasons why they're doing it. One big reason is that they want to have more social interaction and connection and have purpose, and have some extra income. You're getting a retirement check already, and then you make a little extra money. So that's one factor, is having these different connectivity with other people. Another is that some people did not do well in saving their money to prepare for retirement. And they need that extra money because they don't have enough money from their retirement check from the government to survive with, even coming close to having what they had as a quality of life in the past. They had more money at that time because they were working. Then they stopped working, and now they're getting a check from, in English we say Uncle Sam, meaning the government. They're getting their retirement check, but it's not that much. It's not. I mean, my retirement check is not much. So I have other ways of getting money too, but the retirement check, it helps. It helps, but it's not enough to live, especially like you were living when you were working, regular job and making a regular salary. So very interesting, this concept. What do you see in Brazil?
I think people when go back to the workforce, it's because of the needs, because they need to go to be back. I think this is the point, the lack of financial resources and the lack of preparation for the retired period of her life. Yes. And it's interesting because on the other hand, we have the phenomenon of ageism. Okay. So I don't know, man. There are some statistics here, some numbers, but I would like to see another researchers to have a big picture of the situation, because for me it seems that it's very hard to be back when you achieve some at certain point of your life, of your age. Okay. Yeah, that's the point. I think that there is a big prejudice, even nowadays. So,
Well, I know that an older worker normally has a more difficult time trying to find another job.
mhm.
I have a friend and he's almost 60. I think he's about 58, 59. And he's been unemployed for years, man. Probably about 4 or 5, maybe 6 years of being gainfully employed, having a regular
Mhm.
job. And
Yeah.
so I think part of it's because of desire. He doesn't really, because his wife is making sufficient money and so, but
Yeah.
I don't see him having great opportunities, partly because of the fact that he doesn't have a lot of employers saying, "Hey, come on, man, you're 60 years old, you're good to go. Come on, there's a prejudice, like you were saying." So
Yeah.
this
And
is
on the other hand, again, and when you achieve, I don't know you, but me, when I achieve 40, 45, 50 years old, I think it's the best part of my life in terms of maturity and the way of thinking or the mindset. Okay,
mhm,
so I think I am in the peak of my mental abilities.
mhm.
That's it. So
Yeah. Okay. Let's look at number 3 here. Number 3 is Gen Z preferring hybrid work. So
yeah,
I didn't really know, but Gen Z represents people between 12 and 27 years of age. So,
yeah.
when you're talking about 12 years old, there aren't people working 12 years old unless it's like helping mom or dad with their company or something like that. I
Exactly.
started working on when I was 14. I worked in a ice cream company, and I ate more ice cream than I sold. So sorry about that, lady, but
Yeah.
she was my neighbor. She had this ice cream store, and I was hungry. I was a little boy, 14 years old. I needed that food. So anyway, um, this generation here, they say want to work more hybrid. They want to work more from home. They want to work at their leisure, have more opportunities to just relax. And so it's a different group of people than the average. And so, what do you think about the Generation Z guys?
Yeah, I think it's there are a lot of differences, in place. I think, and it's not a matter of it's worse or better, than the other generation against my generation or other generation or millennials or other. I think it's all about the changing on behavior and changing of habits and the mindset as well. Okay, so this generation, I think they they give more attention to work-life balance. I think this is the main
Okay,
difference.
kind of going back to the 4-day work week, having a better quality of life.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, okay. One thing I noticed in the news is that companies like Amazon are saying you need to come back to work 5 days a week
Hmm.
in the office. And I have some students, and they work with Goal Airlines. And so Goal Airlines is telling the people, hey, you got to come back to work in the office. You don't have a choice. So they're not happy about that, but what can you do? What can you do?
Yeah.
So this Generation Z are saying, hey, that's the way we started out. And that's one thing we read in the past too from the other articles with the pandemic. That started the whole thing with having the need to, cater to people working from home because the companies found out and the workers found out it works. You can work from home, make your money, and enjoy your
Hmm.
life. So why do I need to go to your office? It stinks. I don't want to go there, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
So it's a
But
little dilemma, actually a big dilemma for the
yeah,
companies on that.
the problem, I think the point is money talks, and the real estate segment maybe is pushing,
Uh-huh.
and it's pushing back to the other times, to the old
Hmm.
times, when they worth would worth more than nowadays. I think this is the point.
Hmm.
At the end of the day, it's all about economy.
Right, right.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's just something for companies to consider, is that not everybody thinks that working in an office is so cool. Not
Mm-hmm.
everybody. So they have to understand that some people don't want that, and they're not going to tolerate having to work in an office. So let's look at another topic here. Napping. Napping at the office. Taking a little snooze. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
It says 1 in 3 employees have a nap 1 time per week at the office. So the doctors say it's okay. You if your body says you need it, you need it. But
Mm-hmm.
some jobs you can't do it. I mean, in manufacturing, it's not possible. Normally not possible to take a nap unless, like, if you go away from the machines, and manufacturing, a lot of machinery happening. And so when you are going in this regard here, you have machines, you have to always maintain the machines. Machines are working 24 hours a day, 7 days a week type thing. And so you don't have a chance to take a nap in those types of jobs. But when you have this opportunity in some jobs, why not? Your body's
I think,
saying sleep, you
yeah,
need rest.
but I think in this case, it means the period you have for lunch break.
Uh-huh.
For In this case, I think it's possible, even to manufacturing jobs, if you do this in your lunch break,
Mm-hmm,
okay,
mm-hmm.
to avoid accidents or other stuff.
Right, right. I mean, that's your time. They can't tell you
Yeah.
can't take a nap. I mean, but I'm saying the doctors have indicated that people who take a little rest during the day like this, they have a better
Hmm.
life, and that they have bigger brains. They attribute
Yeah.
many things to having a nap is a good thing. So
And it really depends to people, because for me it doesn't make difference.
mhm.
I
Yeah,
don't like, to be honest.
you don't like Nick and taking naps?
No, no.
Well, pretty soon you will, Grandpa. Yeah. So the next one we're going to look at here is the rise in paid time off. Okay.
Hmm.
Now, paid time off includes vacation time and
Yeah,
compensation time. There's a rise in this of the need for this from the workers. The workers want more time off with pay. They want to take
yeah.
time off from pay. Now, I can tell you that in the United States, the average worker gets about 2 weeks of vacation a year. A year.
Hmm.
In Brazil, how many is it? It's 30 days of vacation
30 days.
every year.
Yeah.
In some places, I think France has the most, we call it, like, they're very gratuitous in giving vacation time
Hmm.
and time to the people to take off and to do what they want to do. Here in Brazil, I know vacation is 30 days a year, and that's great. Plus, normally, if you work days that you're normally not supposed to, you get compensation time, and that's common in the United States too. But it's hard to get more than 2 weeks of vacation. If you have to work like 10 years, man, in a place to get more
Hmm.
time off. So it's hard to get paid time off in the United States.
Yeah, and this is one of the topics that is very, in the case of Brazil, it's something that cost significant amount of money
Mm-hmm.
for employers. Okay, uh, but on the other hand, it's important to recharge the batteries, and for people, to take a break
Mm-hmm.
and be back more productivity.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're being more productive.
yeah.
Yep.
Of course, it's not a logical equation, but It's supposed to be.
Right, right. So anyway, this is something for the HR people to be concerned about and consider what's going on in their companies.
Mhm,
Okay, the next topic here is called microculture. This is building cultures within the company, like teams. Okay,
mhm,
focusing on teams, not individuals, and not just only the big picture, but no, micro teams, micro cultures, they call it here. So
mhm.
this has been something that's been going on for a while. This idea of having teams and working together in this regard, because it's necessary to have groups that work together. In the military, I remember we used the word, what was the word we used? I'm sorry. I'll think of it in a minute. But they had a special word for this of working in teams. And
Mhm.
so it's very important for us to consider the fact that teams are something that are going to only grow with time. It's not something that's just here for today and gone tomorrow type thing, like a trend that goes out of quick. Teams are something very necessary in
Yeah.
companies, very necessary in companies to do the jobs that they need to do. It's just, it works so well. So they called it cohort in the military. Cohort. There's the word that they
Cohort.
use to work together as a team
Mhm.
to accomplish the tasks. So it was very, very good. It worked out well. And so, it's something that we need to consider the fact that we need specialized people and they need to work together in teams to accomplish the tasks. So I think it's a good topic.
Yeah, it's a good topic and a very complex one.
Mm-hmm.
Culture was one of of uh, my matter on the master course.
Mm-hmm.
I used to study culture because it's something that affects affects all companies around the world, and there is. I think there are some aspects to think about. First of all, the culture, the main culture that each company uh, has.
Mm-hmm.
For example, there are some companies saying today or stand um, some quotes like, okay, here we have diversity, equality, inclusion, and blah blah blah.
Mm-hmm.
But actually, they don't care about the opinion of workers, and that maybe some of them have a leadership that is more authority than democratic.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, man, it's very difficult to streamline the main culture, the leadership, and the teams, the
Yeah.
team culture.
Mm-hmm.
And there is a big difference between military or the military organizations and corporative organizations. And it's all about uh, the the environment they work. For
Mm-hmm.
example, in on military environment, each one is responsible for uh, the colleague
Mm-hmm.
on site.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so everybody has to take care of each other.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep, that's
In
true.
comport,
It is
yeah,
different with the military. It's a different type of environment. But I can
exactly.
tell you that these environments are similar also, okay? That we need to consider the fact that teams have been around for a long time and that they are very important to the corporate culture.
Yeah,
Yep.
but corporative culture is based on competition.
It is. It is.
If I am a human resource professional, I will compete with sales team, because at the end of the day, it's all about the bonus. This the incentive we have.
Uh-huh. Yes, yes.
That's the point. Okay, so it's different.
Okay. Let's look at this another topic. I think this is gonna be our last topic, but this is a really good one.
Mm-hmm.
About the AI, artificial intelligence. So the
Mm-hmm.
presence of AI in the workforce has become very prevalent.
Mm-hmm.
It says 81% of HR leaders are already using AI. I know that AI is something that's not going to go away. It's going to be here more and more. And there was a
Mm-hmm.
note here. It said by, where was the note here? By 2020 or by 2030, AI will create 133 million new jobs.
Mm-hmm.
So, this is a good thing. It's a good thing. I know that there are many times that many people don't like the fact that AI is there, but HR has been able to use this AI tool or tools
Mm-hmm.
to streamline their operations. And what I mean
Sure.
by that is that they can look at 100 resumes in a matter of minutes. Just by having AI look for keywords in the resumes of the people and identify the best candidate for the job or candidates, because they want a pool of about 5 different candidates to look at and determine which
Mm-hmm.
ones are the best. Okay. So that alone saves money for the company, saves time for the HR professional. And so AI has so many ways of helping us in our jobs, in our current jobs.
For sure. For sure. And the key point here is, again, it's necessary to organize and update the policies in companies, because it's necessary to hire people with the right skills for the job,
Mm-hmm.
and or to train people for the new skills that are being demanded.
Yes. And those are other key topics in the article.
Yeah, yeah,
So
that's the point.
we're going to finish for today. Sorry that we can't go on and on, but you guys can read the article. It's a very good article that was
Mm-hmm.
written about HR. And so I'm sure that you'll enjoy it as much as we did, and look forward to talking to you again soon. So thank you for joining us today, and we'll get another recording out this next week, and hope that you'll enjoy that one too. So thank you for joining us, you guys. Thank you,
Okay,
Juvenal.
people. Thank you too. And I recommend to everyone to read this article, because it's very interesting, and it's about the situation we are living now. So
Yes.
enjoy.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye bye.